How's it going, boys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna be talking about something that hits pretty close to home. I'm not gonna lie, hits pretty close to home just for me, because at one point this was something I wanted to accomplish and something I devoted a lot of time and effort to, possibly from a lot of other things that I could have done with my time and energy, and potentially even hurt my health and whatever, just to devote to this goal. And I'm just gonna tell you what I think about it and why it's nearly impossible for anyone to accomplish, because pro Dota is not something that it's just very hard, just like anything. If you want to be a pro NBA player, if you want to try to be in the, I don't know, soccer leagues, whatever, any sport, even if you're playing League of Lesbians, it's hard to become challenger, etc. I'm going to go through everything basically from what I learned. So before I just get started, I mean, some of you might care, some of you might not. I think most of you might potentially, just because, you watch my channel for a bit. But I was, okay, well, my MMR dropped. Don't worry about that. But I was at one point, guys, I was like 500 MMR, man. I was literally just a scrub beginning a Herald rank. And I went to Archon, I was stuck there, and then I went to Ancient, dropped back down. And in one summer when COVID started, since March, I grinded from all the way from Archon to Immortal in less than 2 months, bro. I'm not even kidding. I grinded so hard. But then I plateaued. Because once I reached Immortal, I literally plateaued. And this is the number one point I'm gonna get to, is that you're gonna plateau and you're gonna lose motivation. You're not gonna want to do it anymore. When I was in Archon, every time I win, I would be, gaining a new medal. Every couple wins, right? 3 or 4 or 5 new wins, I get a new medal. And that would bring a lot of excitement. That would want you to, play more, grind more. And I'm being really real, guys. I'm not capping out here. So, but once you reach Immortal at 5.6k, I actually remember exactly the numbers. 5,630 MMR. That is where you get Immortal rank. Once you get past that rank, at first it feels alright. You're like, yo, I'm ranking up, right? I'm rank number 3,000, rank 2,000, rank 1,000, whatever. But then once you get to a point, you just realize that you play a bunch of games just to rank up by 50 ranks, or 100, right? Sometimes even less. And as the games get harder, it is harder for you to gain MMR. So meaning that it's way harder for you to go from 5k to 6k than from 3k to 4k, right? It is way harder for me to go from 6k to 8k than it is for me to go from 2k to 5k. If I want to go from 2k to 5k, is very easy, because everyone's pretty bad. No one really know what they're doing. You probably just need to farm properly and buy correct items, and you'll just win your games. But once you get higher up, people start getting better and blah blah blah. But that's not even the point. That's just what happens. So number one is that you will lose motivation at some point. For me, it was after, when there was no more ranks to progress. I don't know. I just felt like it was boom, it was done. And you start messing around with new heroes that you never play. You start just not trying as hard. You don't play as much, so you get rusty, etc. And also, when you're trying your ass off and your teammates are feeding okay, when's the last time my teammates started feeding? Not recently, but when you're trying your ass off, you're 7-0. And your top lane is 1-5. Your bottom lane is 2-4. And the carry goes jungle Midas, and then the supports all go Midas. Your off lane is making a fucking Radiance on Sand King. And you're trying your ass off, alright? And then they're not helping you. And then you die. One time. How are you gonna feel? You literally lose all motivation to play. And if you continue like that, you actually, it's a coping mechanism. Sometimes you have to kind of just chill back and just not give a shit sometimes. Because if you focus way too much, you actually just cannot focus on the next game. Because some games are impossible. You just gotta go next, right? It's hard to admit. I mean, there's still things to be done, practice to be made. But a lot of the times, You just have to let it go and just go to the next game with a fresh mind. And if you try too hard, focus too hard, it's just not gonna happen. Second thing what I'm gonna say is that when you're going pro in Dota, let me just tell you this, alright? If you're divine, if you're immortal, you are very garbo. Okay? If you're rank 1000, you're not even good. Okay? If you're playing support, you're like rank 500, 300 maybe. Yeah, you can probably play on a team because position 5 and 4s, especially position 5s, you don't have to be like mechanically that skilled. You just have to like have game knowledge and know where you need to be on the map, etc., etc. And also, if someone is a solely position 5 player, it is a lot harder for them to gain MMR, like on the ladder system in solo queue. It's just the way it is, man. You cannot carry your team from position 5. I mean, you can, but at a certain point, it becomes like so hard to do it. Because, if you're trying to carry from position 5 at like legend rank, sure, it's easy. But if you're trying to carry from the position 5 role on like immortal 500 games, like down here, it's almost impossible. You can't do it. It's too hard. The enemies know what's up. They know what they're doing. And what I'm trying to say, guys, is that if you're playing mid or carry, which most people do, I only play mid and carry. I feel like I'm more of a carry player, but I really like playing mid as well. Mainly because I usually farm way too much than I'm supposed to. But, anyways, if you're trying to be a mid and safe lane player, especially if you're trying to be a mid lane player, and you're not like rank 100 and plus, there is no way you're gonna be in the pro, quote unquote, pro team. The most you can do is probably like find some people are the same level as you. So the people you find in pubs, you guys make some kind of shitty team and then you join like some Dota 2 leagues, just for fun. You guys fuck around, maybe like a $50 prize pool. Just play around, scrim, just have fun. Essentially, that's what it is. Alright? The only real teams are like tier 1 and tier 2 teams. Okay? From what I know, there has been I have friends, okay, who went to like rank 150 and whatever, and they're still like just playing like how they're normally playing. I know people that are like literally like rank 90 mid player, and I'm not gonna say names because obviously, but rank 90 mid player NA, rank 90 guys, rank 90 like 8k or something like that. But he has trouble finding a consistent team. He had one team, it was like a tier 2 team. It kept on going on and off. It was like semi-consistent, but they were not getting recognition. They were losing a lot of qualifiers, etc., etc. And he was like the best player on their team. He was the highest rank on their team. And he still lost mid to many players because you guys don't understand that most players in like top 100 are mid or carry players, guys. There is not a lot of position 5 players, like that main position 5 that's above rank 100. Even like No Tail's not rank 100. Like, you have to be spamming these pubs, you know what I mean? So one is that once you get to that point, it's like, yo, you will still lose. Two is that it's not like, yo, I get to rank 100, I'm done, I'm ready, I can become a pro. And you know how hard it is to just even reach this point? It's impossible. It's not impossible, but it's super hard. And once you get there, that's not it. There's more steps, which I'm going to tell you right now. So there are one, you can join like shitty teams and work your way up. Although I have not tried that. I joined some shitty teams. I wouldn't call them shitty teams, but they're just like not professional. I can feel it. I feel like these guys are like basically the people I meet in my pubs. It's basically like I even meet pub players better than these guys. So I really don't think I'm gonna learn anything from them. So that's that. And I had one time I was gonna join a decent team, but like I bailed on it because I had like school and shit. And I was like really busy back then. But essentially, once you're like rank 100, you still have to get scouted, guys. You can play on some like leagues. You gotta get high MMR. You gotta be PMA as well. Okay, you have to like be PMA. At least be PMA to the right people, okay? If there's a nobody, you can probably flame him. But if there's a pro player, you don't want to flame him. Because obviously, he's going to be one of the people who's going to be scouting for you. and if they need players or they need like stand-ins and whatever. And every opportunity you get is essentially like an opportunity to show like how good you are, show like who you are and what you're like, I guess what you're made of. Cause it kind of sounds cliche, but options are limited. Even when you get to like high rank, it's not the end all be all. And people really do get a lot better than you would imagine. Like if you are a rank divine player, mid player, and you're competing against like a, I don't know, rank 1000 some shit immortal player, you might just get shit on sometimes. And if you're like a rank 1000 something immortal player, you will get absolutely shit on by like a rank 100 or even a rank 300 player, mid player. You just cannot lane. It's just too hard. Like, it's the same thing as me going to like Archon smurfing and just shitting on everyone in mid. Like, at least if I really wanted to try. If I'm trying to dick around with new heroes, whatever. But you know, as soon as I start trying, they literally don't know what they're doing. Like they're so lost. Like it just feels like they're like 50 times slower than you. They're on a completely different level. And once you do become pro, this is like probably the last point. I mean, this video is kind of getting kind of long, but so when you do become pro, what's gonna happen is that one, at least in NA, not enough sponsors, right? You gotta meet, you gotta organize this, you gotta be very dedicated. You can't have like, you know, you probably can't be streaming all the time because, you know, you gotta be practicing scrims and you gotta make time, bro. If you got family issues, you got a girlfriend, you got whatever the fuck, you got school, you got a job, you have to like make time for this just to sit in front of your fucking computer and play this video game. That's it. And that's a lot of dedication. And on top of that, you know, at least for NA, I think the other regions are way better. They get like way more benefit, but at least in this region, you don't get like, there's a lot of teams like, I know 4Zoomers and a lot of people, they're talking only like EG get like decent sponsors or something like that. I don't even know, man. I'm not too into like the exact numbers and specific what they have, but I know that it's hard to get sponsors. They're like, you know, they don't make a lot of money, to be honest. Like you probably make more money out of like Walmart potentially. It's kind of just like, you really gotta stream, like you gotta make your own money kind of thing. You gotta do like content, you gotta do coaching on outside of your professional player. And you would think like, oh, I'm a pro player, I get paid, I get salary, I get price, but whatever, and that's fine. But if you're a tier 2 player, if you're not like fucking Arteezy, that's not enough. You have to go out of your way to earn that. And once you do become a pro, let's say you're like rank 90, rank 80 mid player, and then you get lucky, right? You get super lucky, 1 out of 1,000 chance, you get scouted, you play for a bit, they might kick you out. They might say, oh, we're gonna let you go. Maybe they will let you back in, maybe we'll find a new team, but you know, that's just how it is. And it is a long process. Like sometimes the hardest part, I would say, is really thinking like, yo, is this worth it? Is this worth the time? That's that. Yeah, basically that's basically my 2 cents on the situation. I would say the best way to go about becoming a pro in Dota is that you don't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna go pro in Dota as like a mindset to begin with. You could, but what you should do is just be like, yo, I want to improve, right? I want to play for fun. I want to just play, enjoy the game, and improve in the process. And as time goes on, you will see where this leads you, okay? If you're having fun every game, if you're learning, if you're getting better and you're learning quickly, you find yourself just naturally better. Oh, you got talent. Now you can try. You got some time. Okay, you can try. And as time goes on, potentially, if you just played for fun, all right, and you're just trying to improve, just naturally you're getting to like immortal rank in like a year. Let's say you started and calibrated at Archon or Crusader, and in 1 year you're just playing for fun, you reached immortal already. Damn, okay, now you can probably like, and you're still young, like relatively young. You know, age doesn't matter that much, but it does matter because one, reflexes and whatnot in your body. You know, people do like tend to have problems with their wrists and stuff like that, and their backs once they get older. And you got like family issues. You got like a family. You have time problems. I would say for me, I gained like 3K, more than 3K MMR in like 2 months, bro. I was pretty proud of myself. But then, like, for me, this always happens to me, man. I go up like 3k MMR and I literally just stop for like a full year. When I first started in Herald, I jumped to like Crusader, and then I just stayed there, and then I went down to Guardian. So I was chilling in Guardian. Like, this was before ranks came out, but I remember the MMR. It was basically Guardian MMR was like 1k or like 1 point something. And once I like wanted to try, I got to Ancient like 4 or Ancient 3, Ancient 4 I think. And then I hit that plateau and I dropped all the way down to like Crusader. Alright, I got so cheesed. I was losing every game. And I was like, dude, I finally got the Ancient and I dropped all the way down. And then I basically quit. I quit for like a year and I came back because it was COVID. I got to like Archon. I remember I calibrated at Archon like 2 or some shit. I spiked all the way up to Divine, like Divine 4. Dropped back down to like Ancient 2. And then I spiked all the way up to Immortal. And then I got to like, I was literally like 1 game away from 6k MMR. And I just dropped all the way down to like here basically. This is like my all-time low for now. Like under 5k, just under 5k. But I think I'm going to go up because I'm on a decent win streak kind of. But yeah, so that's like me though. That's a little bit off topic. But essentially, guys, that is why it's very hard, very difficult to become a Dota player. Oh, and one more thing. Actually, 2 more things. This is just to add the icing on top. 1, you gotta have a big hero pool, meaning that if you just spam 1 hero and then you reach Immortal, that's not enough, guys. That is not good. They can ban your hero. They can target you. You need to be versatile, alright? That's number 1. You need to play a lot of different heroes. So if there's a hero you don't play, oh, you better get practicing, my friend. Another thing is that if you're playing in a team environment, it's very different than if you're playing in a pub match, right? Sometime in a pub, if someone's being annoying, you can just mute them and just do whatever the fuck you want. You can buy like fucking Midas and just not go BKB, or you can like buy some weird build, right? Just like that. You can't do that in a pro game, right? Everything's on timing. Everything's about communication. There's gonna be a lot of stress. People might even get into arguments, etc., etc. So your playstyle has to change too, right? And if you play Dota just because you like to fuck around, play SB and make Dagon, then, you know, pro players, sadly, but it's probably not for you. Yeah. Well, you know, you can always see where it goes and, you know, whatever. I actually know this one guy that was like really, really good at Dota. Hold on. I'm trying to find him. This guy, yeah. Look at him. He's rank 1,700. This guy, we were both at Herald. He got really, really good. He kind of like chilled off a little bit now. But as you can see. Oh shit, man's been on kind of a loose streak actually. But yeah, I don't think he's in a team. I really don't think he's in a team. I think he's just chilling, having fun. Like, he's just having fun and stuff. But essentially what I mean is like, he's just having fun, and he's rank 177. Like, a lot of you will be like, holy shit, this is pretty good. It is. It's not bad. It's good. And his first match was in 2007, man. This guy's younger than me. So yeah, he got potential, bro. He got potential. He might get scouted. But yeah, even him, that guy's not getting scouted. I think he's only like 17, bro. Shout out to my boy. But yeah, even he's like not getting scouted. If you're like 25, 2k MMR, do you really think you're gonna get scouted, bro? You know, I'm not trying to break your motivation, but just something to think about. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out the Twitch, check out the Patreon, check out the Discord, check out anything and everything, boys. Have a very, very, very nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.